What's up, guys? It's your friend ready to talk to you again. I want to talk about the patterns of behavior that most human beings have and they don't know that they have, and how to prevent ourselves from going down rabbit holes of mistakes. Simply put, you could use any example you want throughout history of great people, great men, women, they, them, whatever you name it, and you'll see that most of them have patterns of how they achieved their greatness, of the things that they faced that made them great, of how they overcame them in similar ways, and how they ultimately led to their destiny of greatness. But there are a lot of average people that normally don't achieve those incredibly great things, and they normally have problems, and then there are people that are also on the same side of normal, but they maybe have abnormal behavior. And so if you're that abnormal behavior person, you're like, how do I get to at least normal? One of the things I might suggest on how to become normal would be to travel. Even if that's just within your own city or state. What traveling does is it allows you to be seen by new people. It allows your weirdness to be admired instead of shamed upon. And it allows you to get a break from judgment. So that's number one thing, is travel. Not just running away from place to place to place to place to place, but just traveling to get a breather out of your circumstances. Another thing is talk to a counselor. If you have any type of behavioral issues or mental, physical, social, spiritual issues, and you're not able to resolve it on your own, before you try to do something drastic or you just completely give up and give into your inner darkness, I want you to travel, get a breather, and I want you to talk to a therapist about some of the issues that you're facing. A therapist is able to sympathize with you and understand where you're coming from while still holding you accountable and presenting you different ideals to how to solve your problems. I.e., let's say you have a sex addiction, or you're bipolar and you have a food eating disorder, or you're bipolar and you have a violence disorder, right? Whatever the case may be. Normally they may suggest different avenues of how to take out all those frustrations into cohesive patterns of behavior for everyone else involved. So if you're in sex addiction, they might put your efforts into working out, sports, chess, video games, but most importantly, into actually talking to other people and other human beings as God-given human beings, meaning you have to make friends. And not just friends that are also into the same stuff as you're into, but friends from different backgrounds, religions, ethnicities, views on life, and patterns of behavior that are different from yours, so that the boredom of your life can be sustained with creativity. For the sex addicts, for violence, and for other addictions, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just like the 12-step program, like the 12 steps of AA, NA, SA, and whatever other groups that there are, Overeaters Anonymous to OA, they're all in sync with the 12-step program of, like, admit that you're powerless, get help, apologize to people when you're ready, and things of that nature, where it's just like you're on different journeys, but the path is the same. The path to redemption is the same. So keep that in mind also too, like travel and also practice the 12-step program to whatever disorder that you have, which makes you feel like you're dysfunctional in society, or society has deemed you dysfunctional by your actions. And last but not least, learn to love God and have fun and laugh. But also take yourself very seriously and take your time very seriously. And also, most importantly, I would say, learn to understand that stress over a long period of time is not very healthy. So if you're a young person, right, and you have a tendency to want to overachieve to prove a point, maybe to prove to mom and dad that you're capable, maybe to prove to that ex-girlfriend or boyfriend or guy friend or they friend that you don't need them, right? And all these different avenues to that add to stress, which ultimately add to the ending of your own life. Because there are so many people who died of stress-related heart attacks today that it would blow your mind, as it would blow my mind. So we don't want that. What we want is to make money, to support our families, and to be good people and to be good Christians. That doesn't mean we have to work 200 hours a week to do that either, or 100 hours a week, or even 40. But you do have to do something. Even if that's something is just making YouTube videos or just helping out your neighbors. Or your work is prayer. But either way, just keep trying. All right, guys, appreciate you, and thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.